Turn.
Gentleman reserves the balance of his time, and the chair recognizes the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Gow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I rise today in strong support of S-2868, the Federal Supply Schedules Usage Act of 2010. Mr. Speaker, the Federal Supply Schedules Usage Act of 2010 will allow the American Red Cross and other qualified nonprofits that engage in disaster relief and preparedness to leverage the purchasing power of the federal government. More specifically, this bill grants the General Services Administration the authority to allow the American Red Cross and other organizations such as the Salvation Army and the Catholic Relief Services the ability to purchase goods from the federal supply schedules. There is precedent for allowing government entities, quasi-government entities, and certain private entities to buy goods and services from the federal supply schedules. And over the years, Congress has given GSA statutory authority to broaden access to the supply schedules. Currently, all executive agencies, the legislative branch, the District of Columbia, tribes and tribal organizations, certain foreign governments, and quasi-governmental and government-chartered entities such as the Christopher Columbus Fellowship Foundation, the Bonneville Power Administration, and the Civil Air Patrol are eligible to use these schedules for certain purposes or under certain circumstances. When this bill came over from the Senate, it was limited to the American Red Cross, but during our committee markup, I offered an amendment expanding S-2868 to make all qualified nonprofit organizations nationwide and local eligible to purchase from the federal supply schedules. My district, Louisiana 2nd Congressional District, located in New Orleans, was devastated by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. In the wake of the hurricane, I observed the multitude of nonprofit organizations beyond the American Red Cross that provided disaster relief to the city. In addition to widely recognized national organizations, local relief organizations are also invaluable. They have on-the-ground knowledge of the greatest local needs and how to fulfill those needs. Under the Stafford Act, contracts for disaster relief are to be awarded to local contractors to the extent possible. That is why I introduced my amendment to extend access to the federal supply schedules to these local organizations. After the tragic earthquake in Haiti, the New York Times listed at least 41 large-scale disaster relief organizations to which Americans could contribute. These organizations were filling a multitude of roles in Haiti and supporting the U.S. government presence there. They also should be eligible to purchase goods and services from these schedules. My amendment and the bill in its entirety received unanimous support in committee. Mr. Speaker, I urge my colleagues to support S-2868, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back the remainder of his time.